Hello, everyone, and happy Sabbath. I know I said Pete was going to do the story this week, but Pete has a bad case of lionitis, as he called it. He says instead of being able to roar like a lion, he can barely squeak like a mouse. So I'm going to do the story today, and hopefully Pete's voice will be better for next week. And our story today is called Shoes in Church. And it begins. I showered and shaved. I adjusted my tie. I got there and sat in a pew just in time, bowing my head in prayer as I closed my eyes. I saw the shoe of the man next to me, touching my own. I sighed. With plenty of room on either side, I thought, why must our souls touch at all? It bothered me, his shoe touching mine, but it didn't bother him much. The prayer began, Our Father. I thought, this man with the shoes has no pride. They're dusty, worn, and scratched. Even worse, there's holes in the side. Thank you for the blessing, the prayer went on. The shoe man said a quiet amen. I tried to focus on the prayer, but my thoughts were on his shoes once again. Aren't we supposed to look our best when walking through that door? Well, certainly this isn't it, I thought, glancing toward the floor. Then the prayer was ended and the songs of praise began. The shoeman was certainly loud, sounding proud as he sang. He lifted his voice to the rafters, and his hands were raised high. The Lord could surely hear the shoeman's voice from the sky. It was time for the offering, and what I threw in was steep. I watched as the shoeman reached into his pockets so deep. I saw what was pulled out and what the shoeman put in. Then I heard the soft clink as when silver hits tin. The sermon really bored me to tears, and that's no lie. It was the same for the shoeman, for tears fell from his eyes. At the end of the service, as was the custom here, we must greet new neighbors and show them all good cheer. But I felt somehow moved and wanted to meet the shoeman. So after the closing prayer, I reached over and shook his hand. He was old and his skin was dark. His hair was truly a mess. But I thanked him for coming, for being our guest. And he said, my name's Charlie. I'm glad to meet you, my friend. There were tears in his eyes, but he had a large, wide grin. Let me explain, he said, wiping tears from his eyes. I've been coming here for months, and you're the first to say hi. I know my appearance is not like all the rest, but I really do try to always look my best. I always clean and polish my shoes before my very long walk, but by the time I get here, they're dirty and dusty like old chalk. My heart filled with pain as I swallowed to hide my tears, as he continued to apologize for daring to sit so near. He said, when I was here, I know I must look a sight, but I thought if I could touch you, then our souls might unite. I was silent for a moment, knowing whatever was said would pale in comparison. I spoke from my heart, not my head. Oh, you've touched me, I said, and taught me in part that the best part of any man is what's found in his heart. The rest I thought this shoeman would never know. Just how thankful I really am that his old dirty shoe touched my soul. We need to live each day as our last, for we never know our time here on earth. Love, peace, my friends. Love and peace to you, my friends. And remember that it is not how we look on the inside, but it is how we look within. For that's what God looks upon, is our hearts. May your Sabbath be blessed.